Welcome back. This is lesson number 14. If you're following along in this series, you'll see that it's kind of a continuation of lesson 13. It was there that we learned that Jesus can help us. He's not bothered by the storms of life. He can help us through them. Lesson 14 is a reminder that it's not always the twists and turns of life that get us down. Sometimes it's the actual attacks of Satan. The Bible makes it clear that while Satan and his demons can't possess believers, they can harass believers, and they get pretty good at it. Sometimes they attack us so much it almost feels like they have their claws in our backs and we can't move forward. We seem weighed down by emotions and discouragement. That's Satan. He doesn't like the fact that you want to learn more about God. He is angry about the fact that you want to follow God and get busy with the mission. So lesson 14 says, Jesus overcomes the power of Satan. This story is found in Mark chapter 5. It says that Jesus and his disciples went across a lake, and when they got to the other side, there was a man there with an evil spirit who lived in the tombs who came out to meet them. He had lived there for a long time, and no one could bind him, not even with a chain. He had often been chained hand and foot, but he tore the chains apart and broke the irons from his feet. No one was strong enough to subdue him, and night and day among the tombs and in the hills he would cry out and cut himself with stones. When he saw Jesus from a distance, he ran and fell on his knees in front of him. He shouted at the top of his voice, "What do you want with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? Swear to God that you won't torture me." For Jesus had said to him, "Come out of this man, you evil spirit." Then Jesus asked him, "What is your name?" The man said, "Legion." He replied, "For we are many." And he begged Jesus again not to send them out of the area. This story reminds us that demons tremble when they stand in front of Jesus. My friends, that Jesus is the one who died on a cross for your sins. That's the same Jesus that when you asked him to forgive you of your sins, that he and his spirit takes up residence inside you. That power that causes demons to tremble is available to us today. I don't know if you're much of a reader, but if you're not, I encourage you. There's a book that you can get through Amazon. There's going to be a link here in the video. It's written by Frank Peretti, and it's called This Present Darkness. It's a work of fiction, but it will really encourage you in this area. What Mr. Peretti does is he tells this story, and in the first chapter, it's us living our regular lives. And then the next chapter takes us to the spirit world, where angels and demons are fighting one another. And in this story, the demons actually have talons, and they kind of place them in the backs of believers. One in particular that I remember is the demon of depression. And the believer's just having a hard time even moving forward because this demon is just in his back. And as time goes on, this follower of Christ falls to his knees and cries out for help. And in the spirit world, you see these angels come, and this battle ensues between the angels and the demons. And of course, the angels win because, as you see in the story, they cannot stand in the presence of God, Jesus, and his followers, the angels. Every time I read that book, I get all excited because I am reminded of God and his power. If you're out there today, maybe you understand what I'm saying. It feels like those demons have their talons right in your back today. Be encouraged. In our story, these demons couldn't stand. They couldn't move. They couldn't do anything in the presence of Jesus. If you're struggling with that today, take a moment and say, "Lord, I need help. I want you to send some angels my way. I want you to relieve me of this burden. Free me from the attacks and the forces of Satan." Trust him for that today.